earlier this week, we had Dave Cornwallis, who is a political strategist and commentator. He has DaveBerta. The website has a very popular Substack piece and has been on the show multiple times. And he released the Best of Alberta Politics survey. And so it named from your nominations and your winners the best, most efficient and effective political leader in Alberta, the person who to watch in 2026. These are all based on your votes. And the winner that I thought was most interesting, because of the times we live in, because of sort of how politics feels right now in the province, a.k.a. so many recall petitions, we've lost count. One of the winners was the politician with the best sense of humor. And how do you blend humor and levity and light into a job that can be really crazy and wild and frustrating sometimes? So the winner of Best Sense of Humor in the province joins us now. It is Marlon Schmidt, who is the NDP MLA for Edmonton Gold Bar. First time on the show. Welcome to the show.
Well, I'm so glad to join you, Sarah. Thank you very much for having me on.
We've never met before, but as soon as Dave Cornwallis and his DaveBerta said, you are the politician with the best sense of humor in the entire province, I was like, we need to connect, and we need to poke into this a little bit more.
Well, obviously my bribes to Dave have paid off, finally.
Okay, here's the thing. People might say, okay, well, where did this guy come from? He must be like Justin Trudeau. He must have a drama background. He must come from the arts. You are a man of science, so everyone needs to drop what they might think about you and go, okay, this guy has a numbers and science background.
Yes. Well, it turns out that rocks are a pretty good audience to try your jokes out on because they're not very critical.
Were you always a kid who liked to entertain, but you also had the science side of your brain as well?
Well, I mean, you know, as a kid, I wasn't good at sports. I've never been very good looking, and so you have to do something to try to win over people, and I found that humor was probably the best tool that I had at my disposal.
Now, hold on a moment, Marlon. First of all, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and we all have to just say there's a place for everyone in this world right now. So, you know, you rock what you got, and you make the best of it.
Yeah, and so that's why I'm sticking with the humor, because that's my best bet.
I want to know from your perspective, because you guys are the opposition party, and so you've had big fights to take on this year. What role do you think that humor and some light and some levity plays in politics right now, especially in Alberta, when we have mad competing forces? We have We Love Canada, Stay Together. We have separatists. We have, you know, let's send the teachers back with the notwithstanding clause. Let's fight for the teachers. When there's so much battle in this province, what role does the humor play?
Well, for me, Sarah, I think it plays a few important roles. One, it helps me make it through tough days, right? If I can laugh at some of the things that are going on in the province, it helps me make it through the day. I honestly think that humor sometimes clarifies the issue. It brings a new perspective on some of these things and maybe helps people see it in a different light. It helps bring problems down to a more manageable level. Like if you laugh at something, it doesn't seem so problematic. It doesn't seem so insurmountable. And I think finally it helps create that bridge between people. When you're mad about something, it's really hard to find that point of connection. But if you can make somebody laugh, you can establish that point of connection and then start a conversation from there. So it's a really important tool in a number of ways when you're dealing with the things that you said off the top that are so heavy and feel like, you know, are weighing Alberta down right now.
So you said something very interesting in that list of the role humor plays, and you said when you're having a tough day. Mm-hmm. Are the days getting tougher for you? Because you've been doing this now for, what? You've been in this for a decade. You've been doing this for 10 years. Are the days getting longer and harder for you the more you trudge through?
No. honestly, Sarah, it's I think people really sense that this is the worst that things have ever been, but I think that that's been true for every point in history. And so, you know, in 2015 when I was first elected, we had some tough days in government for sure. And really keeping a sense of humor has been a way for me to cope with those really difficult things.
I have to point out that I am a woman who loves a good costume. I have a whole tickle trunk in my house. I have blue wigs, red wigs, blonde wigs, black wigs. I have a whole bunch of wigs. You have one wig that you pull out on your Instagram videos a lot when you are dressing up as Premier Danielle Smith and sort of poking at certain issues. Like you had one video where when the notwithstanding clause got put into effect, Premier Danielle Smith was off on a business trip and you're in a wig and you're packing a suitcase and putting on some sunscreen and having a little poke at it. We do need to get you more wigs, though, because I feel like once you have one wig, you need to evolve the wig collection.
Yeah, well, I'll take your recommendations for the next wig. I'm just glad that the Premier has hair because, you know, so many people who've held the job end up being bald, and I don't think I'd look very good in a skin cap.
Why go skin cap? Why not be committed to it and shave the head and go full in? You got to go full into the role. I appreciate the note. Thank you very much. We're talking right now with Marlon Schmidt, who is the MLA NDP for Edmonton Gold Bar. Won the title of Politician with the Best Sense of Humor from DaveBerta, which is Dave Cornwallis. He is a political commentator and writer, and he has a Substack. And he asked you for different recommendations. And so there is the person to watch out for in 2026. There is the most effective MLA. And then Marlon won the Politician with the Best Sense of Humor. And I thought that was the most interesting prize, actually, because when everything is so tense right now, and we have recall petitions coming for everybody, and we're worried about the pipeline, how you find humor in this job. And so my last question for you, Marlon, is just who do you love to watch or to read or to study when you feel like having a laugh? Who is your go-to person?
I mean, this won't be surprising, but I think Jon Stewart on The Daily Show and John Oliver on Last Week Tonight, classic political humor. I really appreciate the work that they do to entertain and inform. I think they do both of those roles really well.
Yeah. And the joy, I think, of social media, because it can go the other way, but some of those hosts can now get into everyone's home through Instagram and through other videos. And so when you know that your teenager can watch some of these and watch the critiques and commentary on what's happening in the United States, and they're learning, but they're learning through satire and really sharp commentary and criticism, you think it's social media doing good, because sometimes it doesn't.
And I think, honestly, there are so many people who are not paying attention to politics, that having something that's funny and entertaining is a good way to bring people in who otherwise wouldn't pay attention. You know, people are generally turned off by angry lectures, but they will pay more attention to something that's funny and light and entertaining, and that's what I'm trying to do, and I really respect the other people who do a really good job of it.
If you woke up tomorrow and you couldn't be an MLA anymore, that was just gone, like that was not a possibility for life plans, what would be your next go-to career or job? Would it be science? Would it be something in the public? Or would it be more performance?
No, I don't think performance is open to me, Sarah.
Okay.
As they say, politics is show business for ugly people. I would definitely return to the scientific field if politics were to end tomorrow.
Okay. Well, I think right now you can just live and swim and be happy with being the province's politician with the best sense of humor. NDP MLA, Edmonton Gold Bar, Marlon Schmidt. Thank you for finding a little time to explain how the levity can also go with the darkness, and we can sometimes meet in the middle and find a few smiles.
A real joy to talk to you today, Sarah. Thank you so much for having me on.